Yeah, check 1 2, check 1 2. Is this mic on? Is this mic on? Hey, listen, man. It's the one and only trendsetter DJ Sense, and you're listening to Cocktails. Dirty discussions with Kiki and Medinah, Monroe. Yeah.
Today's cocktail is called Toot That Thang Up. The ingredients you need is some Hennessy, some apple juice, some orange juice, some ice, and a little bit of club soda. So you are going to pour your ice in a cocktail shaker, a little splash of club soda, 2 shots of Henny, a little dash of OJ, and a little smidge of apple juice. Shake it up, pour it into a martini glass, and that is a Toot That Thang Up. Toot it up.
When last time you tooted that thing up?
I be tooting that thing. I hate the word toot.
I think it's so funny. Why do you hate it?
Toot? Like, that just sounds like a disgusting little fart that really is a bomb. Like, it just is funky. You ever have somebody fart and it
is
smells
a baby
like a germ?
fart. What? What do germs smell like? And when did you get up close? That smells like pee to me.
Ugh, this is little nasty kids running around digging in their nose, sneezing and schlucking it up.
Oh my God. I was just telling a story the other day to somebody, I don't know who, but I was talking about how when I was younger and I moved from Louisiana to Texas and I had to go from living with my grandma to living with my mom, how different it was. And my mama thought I was going to go to daycare after school. And I was just like, first of all, I'm too old. I don't even remember how old I was exactly, but it's not like I was 5. But my mom worked. And, you know, going from living with your grandparents when your grandma's retired, she picks you up from school every day. And now my mom is still at work when I get out of school at 3. So I walked home. I wasn't going to daycare. Maybe it wasn't daycare per se. It was probably like the YMCA or something, some after school kid program. But I was like, I'm not going. I tried to tell her. She wasn't trying to hear me. So I said, well, I can show you better than I can tell you. So I took my ass home. The house was like a street over from the school. So then like my mom is freaking out when she gets home. And I'm like, I mean, I'm here. I'm safe, whatever. When I got to school the next day, my teacher was like, are you okay? Like, we were searching for you. Your mom had called the school because you never got on the bus to go to whatever the place was called. And everybody was worried about you. We know that you're new here. And I was like, oh yeah, I got confused. I just didn't want to go.
And you're getting
I wasn't in trouble. Look, it was a difficult time. I didn't want to be there. But that smelling daycare just made me think about that. I've never had a good experience with daycare facilities, after school care facilities. I hate them.
I just don't understand why they stank. Like,
because there's so many pissy ass kids running around. Do you know how many kids grow up and they're halfway potty trained, but they will just sit there and pee on themselves, even though they know to get in the toilet? That's disgusting. Then they don't tell an adult. It's just pissy.
I did that one time.
Why?
Because I was so embarrassed that I had peed on myself at a sleepover. Remember when sleepovers were like a thing? And I didn't get to go to a lot, but I had a couple of friends and my mom and my dad would let me go. And I was not, how you said you wasn't 5, bitch, I wasn't even 8. I think I was like 10 or 11. Like, knew how to go to the toilet, and I fell asleep and I peed in the bed. And I had on those really like old school pajamas that are really cottony. It's almost like woolly feeling. Like when you spill stuff on it, it gets wet and rolls off, but it's still wet.
Like flannel.
Yes, girl. And I peed in the bed, and we all woke up in the morning and everyone was like, it smells like pee. And it was me. I was the little pissy kid, and I was so embarrassed to tell.
Did you try to like wash your stuff in the bathroom while the girls were asleep?
I just tried to act like nothing had happened. I was like, yeah, I know everyone knew it was me. It was so embarrassing, Kiki. I remember it to this day. And when I see some of the people on Instagram that I know from elementary school that were there, I just be like, I hope they never bring up that pissy story.
But you know, I bet it's one of those things where you will always remember it, and unless you bring it up, they probably don't think twice about it. Unless they never saw you again and tried to like be like, oh, we're not hanging out with Pissy Dean. Then that is something you remember. Kids can be so mean.
They can be.
So what's been up with you?
Oh, girl, just, living and shaking, rocking and rolling in this thing we call life. You know what I'm saying?
No. What is his voice? What is going on today? What's in your cup?
I have Revente and black coffee in my cup.
That's what it is. Okay, I see what kind of time we on today.
It was one of those days where I just needed a drink. Like, I think it's interesting how, like, we always preach, like, take time for self-care and, take a moment out of your day. There are some days, and sometimes it's like weeks at a time, where you feel like you can't take the moment out of the day because things have to get done. And with me still working, even though I'm part-time, that takes up so much of my day that the rest of the day where I should like allot some time out for reading a book. Like I got this book called The Four Agreements that I would really like to start reading, but I just haven't had a chance to start reading it because I've just had other things that I had to get done. But positive note, my new baby niece, Zadie Amara, was born. We have a Valentine's Day baby.
Oh,
so
congratulations.
Thank you. My brother's girlfriend had the baby. She is so precious. I went to go see her a couple days ago. And when you're just around little babies, you just feel so like, wow, you're just a couple days into this world. It's so beautiful.
And they just sit there with their eyes closed or
looking
wiggling
all
around. They don't do shit, being boring.
Little hands. But she's a beautiful
all balled
baby.
up.
All balled up. Like, yeah, she's just so precious. And then, like, watching Zane get accustomed to her is also interesting. I'd be scared when other kids
What's
be
he
around
acting like with
It's
her?
scary.
Why? Is he, like, mean? Is he excited?
He's excited, but he's like, I want to hold her. And they be letting him hold her, but I'll be like, you ain't holding my baby. Well, I guess I'll be grown by the time I have a baby. But kids just be too rough. Like, he was trying to kiss her on her face, and it's like, okay, calm down, buddy.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Like, little kids, like, this a baby, while y'all are both kind of babies. Like, this is a baby.
This a baby.
The head ain't
baby.
even together yet.
Yeah, but
I like seeing kids interact with each other. It's always so funny. My Walker and my niece, it's funny watching him talk to her and her respond because she's older than him, but she's so little. Like, for a while, she wasn't that much bigger than him. So Walker will try and talk to her like they're the same age, or like he runs her, and she will check his little ass. And it's just so funny to me. 2 years.
Okay. She's
2
like,
years. So she's like, I'm not a baby. Walker is talking to me like I'm a baby, and I'm not a baby. I'm not even 5. And I'm like, okay, well, why are you telling me? Tell him. I'm not the mama. I don't know what to do. Can you pass me my wine?
Well, speaking of aunties, my Aunt Peachy, shout out to Aunt Peach. She sent me a floor-length white fur coat. She was like, I used to wear this back in my day, and I'm going to send it to you. She was like, you're one of the only nieces that would probably actually wear it. I said, you goddamn right. You goddamn right.
I wish somebody would give me a fur. I know it's luxurious. Have you just been walking around in the house with it like...
The first day I got it, I just had it on working from home, and I called my aunt. She was like, Medinah. I said, it's raining outside, but I'm still about to wear this to the store. She was like, take that off. I was like,
well, don't wear it in the rain now.
Yeah, I was just
excited. But I definitely would have wore it around the house. Just like that. And then to the mailbox. Riding the elevator. Hey.
Hey, y'all. They're like, bitch, where are you going? It's 40 degrees outside. Is all of your family okay with all the snow that's going on in Dallas? Anybody's power got turned off? My parents said that the water's contaminated, so folks are having to like boil water to cook and to drink.
Yeah, so everybody's been affected. My sister at her house, my nieces are complaining because they don't have Wi-Fi, but other than that, everything has been all right. My mom, speaking of my mom, she just popped up in town. She said she was escaping the weather. She popped up on me the other day, and so we've been hanging out this week, but she left. But she said that the power at her house has been going in and out. The water where she is fine, but the power is flickering. And she said if it's not right when she gets home, then she will be catching another flight. And then my dad is in Houston. He has lost power. A couple of my friends have been without power for days. It's been bad.
It's been bad. And I have a flight to Houston tomorrow. And I'm like, Delta hasn't canceled my flight. So it looks better today.
You can fly there, but hopefully everything's okay when you get there.
Yeah, like, it's probably not smart to go, and these are the dumb decisions that we as women sometimes make for dick.
Oh gosh. I was just talking to one of my friends about a trip. So she's having to cancel a trip that she was going to go on this weekend. She was supposed to go to Mexico for a friend's birthday. But, you know, in adulting and stuff, sometimes you have to make responsible decisions. She has other things. And it's like, what if I go out there? Because, you know, the restrictions are different now. And you have to get tested and all of these things, which is responsible, like before you can come back. And it's like, well, what if you do get it while you're there and you're stuck there for weeks? You still have responsibilities here that you need to take care of. So is now really the time for you to go? No. So we were just talking about that earlier today. And then now I am going out of town next week. Oh, the weekend y'all will hear this episode. It's my sister's 30th birthday. So me, my brother-in-law, my sister, and my other sister, she picked Vegas. And I'm like, girl, what are we going to do? I got a nice hotel room.
There's a few things y'all could do in the hotels.
Yeah, I was like, I'm going to go to the slot machines because the only other time I went to Vegas, I won some money and I was so happy. So I'm ready to gamble. So I'm going to sit there and drink those drinks. I want to do like spa treatments. I don't know what she has planned and she's not telling me. And I'm like, you need to come on because I want to treat myself. I want to have a pampering relaxation trip, but I do want to do a few things. Like I want to do the zip line thing. I want to ride that roller coaster thing. And I want to go out where they have the cars, like the exotic cars that you can drive. I want to go do that on the racetrack. I guess I'm trying to do a little bit of both. I want some adrenaline junkie stuff. And then I want to just relax. We're only going to be there for 2 days. So I'm going on Friday, coming back Sunday night, red eye.
If y'all can go to Giada's restaurant, please go. Every time I go to Vegas, I love Giada. I love her big head. And when she's cooking and she's just like, it's delicious. And all of her shirts match her pots and her pan. Like, I love Giada. And every time I've been to Vegas, I always try to go to her restaurant. And
what's it called?
It's called Giada's. And the menu looks good. It's really cute inside. If you can go, just go and I'll live vicariously through you.
Okay. I will put that on my list because you know me. I was like, well, shit, it's about 50 restaurants in this damn hotel. I'm going to try them all.
Yes, girl.
I was not planning to do too much. So I'm going to try it. We'll see how it goes. My sister wasn't going to come at first. And I was like, bitch, do you realize that not only is it our other sister's birthday, but it's her wedding anniversary? Do not leave me hanging. I will buy your flight. I was like, I don't want to be third wheeling it. And then my brother-in-law, I love him to death, but he's not good at taking pictures of me. So, it's like, what you gonna do? So,
what you gonna do with all that junk inside that trunk? What you gonna do?
Well, I don't need him taking them kind of pictures now. I got that. I'll be packing my ring lights and things. It'll be fine. But I'm looking forward to it because I really need like a real trip away. Like even last year, when I would take days off of work, I ain't really had no real day off of work, like at all. Besides, you know, the weekends. But I was like, hey, I have some medical things that I need to take care of. I'm going to be unavailable this entire day. Is that okay? Before, you know, I make all of my appointments. So my boss is like, yeah, no problem. Blowing my phone up. So when I look at my phone, it's like 12 missed calls and I'm calling. He's like, you sound like shit. Are you okay? And I'm like, yeah, I told you I needed the day off. And he's like, oh, my bad. I forgot. And I think because we're not in the office and we're still working from home, when people are requesting days off, people just forget and they start feeling like you work all day. You work every day. And while I'm very grateful to have a job, I'm so glad that I will be off for real. I told him, I said, look, I'm going to be off. And,
are you taking the whole week off?
No. Just one day. Just Friday. Okay. I was like, I just need Friday off. I will be on a flight. If you need something, if it's an emergency, you can text me, but that's it. I won't be getting calls. So I'm excited about that. And then I'm taking some more days off in March. He don't know it yet, but I'm going to spring break with my nieces. And then a friend of mine is
aunts.
I know, right? We really are. So, I'm going with my nieces and my mom, brother and sister, and his girlfriend. They go everywhere together. We're going to Miami.
I'm trying to have
To do
a
what?
bae like that, where you just want to go everywhere together and we're actual baes. Like,
Do you really want to go everywhere together? You don't
I
want no
do.
space?
I mean, if it's a girls trip, then obviously not. But if it's like the family trip and it's like we can bring our baes, I'm bringing my bae right in the suitcase. Come on, baby,
Oh.
we going.
I bring my bae in a suitcase too. It's a little different. Small, battery operated. I need my own room. Now stop trying to share with me. Shit. Yeah, I'm looking forward to a little relaxation and family time. That's what I've been missing the most.
Family time?
Because like I still haven't been able to have family time with my grandparents, but they got their vaccine shot. So I think they have to do one more. And so I'm ready to go see them because I've been staying
my
away.
grandma got her vaccine shot. I hope she did because I do miss my grandma.
You should ask her. Then you can go see her and give her a hug. I miss it. My grandpa just calls me every morning at 7 a.m. like, hey, are you working? Nah, I'm asleep. And then he's asking me about other people's whereabouts. Can you call them and see where they are? I don't live with any of these people. He was like, what time your mama flight today? Like, choose something. I don't know, but you do. And you know that she's here. Call her. How's Sean doing? I think she's all right. You didn't talk to her today. It is 7. I haven't even talked to Jesus yet. Like, come on. What were you going to say about family?
I was going to say something about getting relaxation. I don't know if I mentioned this because I don't know if we recorded by then, but I went and got a facial at the Waldorf, and I have never been to their spa because really it's out of my budget. But if somebody wants to gift it to me, I will gladly accept. I went and got a facial at the Waldorf, Kiki. It was the most illuminating, freeing. I feel like the lady gave me a new set of face. Like it literally, when I woke up, I just felt rich. I went and took myself out to eat and was like, yeah, run the tab up. And I was like, whoa,
where'd you go eat?
Whoa. I just went to Del Frisco's. You know, that's my little spot. But ma'am, if you can get a facial at Del Frisco's, at the Waldorf, I highly suggest, ladies and gentlemen, couples or singles, go there and treat yourself or let somebody else treat you because it's a whole different line of products that are way too expensive.
See, that's what I'm trying to do when I go to Vegas. I feel you because that sounds luxurious and it's just like, you know what? I'm on vacation, bitch. Let's do it. And I'll deal with the consequences if there are any when I get back. I hope I don't. I plan to get some edibles while I'm there too.
Ooh.
Yeah. I've never been to like a dispensary anywhere.
They have some nice dispensaries there. Like they look like Apple stores. It's like clean and crispy.
See, I've heard good things.
Yeah.
And I was looking to see if do they have like a little tour? Because I need some education too with this because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. And well, Madison might. I didn't even think of that. But anyway, I just want to know stuff. I'm just trying to figure out what am I going to do all day because these people are really inviting me on their anniversary/birthday trip. So anyway, I want to go to the dispensary, but I'm like, I hope that I don't get edibles and get too high because I don't know what it is, y'all. When I get high and when I get drunk, I be thinking I'm rich. Ooh. And I'll just spend money.
But I feel like you do that on a regular, Kiki.
I got it.
You be spending money. What? You go out to eat with Kiki. She's like, I'll have 2 of those, 5 of those, 1 of those, 3 of those shots. Like,
we can share everything. Let's just, because, you know, ever since, who was it? Kelly Rowland was talking to somebody. I don't know what. Kelly Rowland was doing something and she was saying how when she goes to restaurants, she's really indecisive when it comes to ordering stuff. So she likes to go like on double dates or with just her girlfriends, whoever, and she'll order like one of everything and then everybody can just taste some of everything. And I was like, that is a good idea for an indecisive person like myself. So then, yeah, I will. But I'm a little bit more conscious about it even when I'm not under an influence, but when I'm under an influence, it's bad.
Well, speaking of bad, I went on Fox Soul with Claudia Jordan, and she has a show called Out Loud, and I went on there. It was like a little dating segment, and it was me and 2 other women, you know, hoping we won the date.
I saw
with
some of that.
little man. His name was Dr. Rose, and he's a dentist, a cosmetic dentist. Girl, it was so comical. The nigga didn't pick me, but directly after the show, he was in my DMs. Why are niggas this way? Why? And I knew that was going to happen. I was like, you wanted to
because
pick
he
me.
wanted to look a certain way on the show. That's what.
But that made me think, what does that mean?
That means that just like bitches be out here fronting, and people love to say how like we do things for Instagram and this isn't really how we feel, and girls can be so fake and all this stuff. Y'all do it too. Everybody does it if that's who they are. And it's just like, sometimes why don't you pick maybe the not safe choice, or the choice that you don't really think that everybody else wants? Pick what you want.
Am I a not safe choice?
I mean, from the episode, you are a little spicy. But they don't know you, so it's just all of what you get in that moment. You were the spicier one of the three girls, so yeah, you're the least safe choice. One girl was falling asleep. Medinah was, it was just like, what? No, I said that. She didn't say that. I said that. She was barking at people, y'all. She trying to make it seem like she's just on there being super cute. And you look good, but you are definitely spicy. So I would see why somebody might feel like you might be too much. And she also was just, you were yourself, I think. And you weren't shy about saying like what you want. Some people like the image of the docile woman, and they want you to like shut up and like be seen and not heard and stuff like that, and they want to, I think for men, sometimes a woman with a lot of personality is intimidating to them because they don't know what to do. And he little. What I tell you about these little men? He had beautiful teeth, though. Beautiful teeth.
They were nice.
I went to his Instagram to look at his clients, his cases, as he kept saying. And I was like, oh, okay. I think I've seen that dentist before. I feel like a lot of people talk about him on Instagram because he's so flashy.
So flashy. I was like, I'm not gonna lie. When I go to Dallas, I am gonna be like, you trying to give me some teeth? I went and got my teeth cleaned yesterday.
Oh, doesn't it feel good?
Girl,
that's what I
had
need
a whole
to do.
Day of adulting, and I just felt I was on time. Well, I was 5 minutes late, but I got my teeth cleaned. It just felt so good to get all that plaque out.
It's like you don't want to eat after, and you just run your tongue across it. That's what I need to do. I think my appointment is not until next month. Have you found, this is random, but have you found that it is harder to get doctor's appointments? Like it takes, there's less appointments available. And I'm like, what the fuck were y'all doing before? Because I feel like you should have always been spacing out your clients so that you could give them enough attention and clean up after us, corona or not. How many clients was my one private practice doctor seeing in a day if you have like 4 appointments? It's annoying.
I didn't think about that, but I feel you. But I didn't think about that. But I have noticed, like, that's like I'll call, like when I made my dentist appointment, I made it like 2 months ago.
Oh,
and I just got in there to see him.
I made mine in January. It's in March.
Yeah.
This is ridiculous.
Okay, I know Valentine's Day has passed, but did you get anything special for Valentine's Day or do anything special for Valentine's Day?
I didn't do anything too special. I did get some gifts. Still nothing that special. But it was nice. I enjoyed my day. And so I did stuff during the day. And then after that, I really had every intention of that night, I want to be in my bed. I don't want to be out with the lovers.
What?
Valentine, I don't. I'm single as fuck. I don't want to be out with the lovers. So Valentine's Day was like bittersweet. So while the daytime was good and I had a good day, it was still like I didn't have no nighttime plans. I wasn't getting no dick or nothing. I wasn't about to be cuddled up with somebody in a booth at a restaurant while they're playing romantic music. Like none of that was in my plans. It didn't happen. So I was like, I'm going to sit at home. The Real Housewives of Atlanta is back tonight. I'm going to watch my shows and that be that. So earlier, some of my girlfriends had asked me if I wanted to go and have dinner with them. I said no. I got plans during the day and that's it. I'm not going.
I said no.
Because I know how I am. And it's like, that is the day most days, y'all, I am okay with my single life. I really don't think about it that much. But lately I've been thinking about it more now that I've said that I'm ready to like seriously date again. So on Valentine's Day, you think I want to be out with all these people who all in love, even if they're not really in love? That's what I'm going to be thinking. It looks like a romance movie just threw up across the city. I don't want to be out with them. But then I was bored because I thought the Housewives came on at 9, it came on at 8, and then they weren't going to dinner until 9:30. So I was like, fuck it, I'm going. So
you did go.
So I did go. So I ended up having some extra people were in town. So it was 5 of us that went to dinner. And we had a good time. It still wasn't what I wanted it to be, but none of those people looked like they were having that great of a time, except for one couple. And they just all seemed like old and sad, and just like
I hate when I look at
obligated
couples
to
and they're
be
on
there.
their phone or they're not paying attention to each other. I'm like, dang, y'all.
Nobody was on their phone, but they were sitting there not talking. I was like, that's even worse. Like you just sitting there like
playing with your hair.
And then speaking of hair, somebody in there had a horrible wig. And I was like, this cannot be your Valentine's Day wig. What happened? Did you get attacked by a koala bear? It just looked crazy.
I think the wig.
But I was like, whatever. I'm in here with my homegirls and she in here with her man. So what do I know? He might like it. It was just ugly to me. But yeah, what did you do for Valentine's Day?
I didn't realize I was going to be Valentine, but bitch, I was Valentine on Valentine's.
What the hell is Valentine and fucking?
I was just Valentine and like.
I'm always trying to get to the bottom line.
I got some nice little gifts I was very happy with. And then there is a guy that I met and he was like, you want to do something on Valentine's Day? But he said it real nonchalant, like he ain't really had no plans, just like you trying to do something and it just happens to be on Valentine's Day. And I was like, sure. And so he was like, he hit me up like a couple hours before we were supposed to meet. And he was like, hey, look, I tried to make a reservation, but it was too late. And so you could just come over here and I'll cook. And I was like, are you serious? He was like, yeah. I was like, well, I'll help you cook. We can make it fun. Do you know that I get to his house and he's like, I ain't got no groceries. We're in the elevator going up. He's like, I don't have no groceries. I was like, I didn't eat all day because I thought that we were going to, you know, when you don't eat all day because you have a plan and then you're hungry and you're trying to maintain your, like, not have attitude because you're hungry. And I was like, okay, you said you were cooking. I was under the impression that you already have the groceries. If you didn't have the groceries.
Why would you not have groceries?
Why didn't you? And if you didn't have groceries, at this point, you could even just ask me to stop at the store. I would have just grabbed the basics, some salmon, some potatoes, and some green beans. And we could have like worked with that. So we're in the elevator. He's like, my bad. We get into his apartment. There is 2 chefs, a full course meal cooked, lobster tails, potatoes, asparagus, wine, like a selection of bottles of wine and tequilas because I love tequila. I haven't known this man that long. And I was like, there was some slight Tevin Campbell playing. And I was like, wait. And I was about to have an attitude because he's talking about he don't got no groceries. I don't know what we about to cook.
What did your face look like when he said that he didn't have groceries? Were you just like...
I was trying to maintain like a nice face, but I was annoyed because I was hungry. But we don't know each other that well, so I didn't want to be like, what the fuck? Like, what are you talking about? Like, and then he thinks I'm like this bratty woman. So
what you thought I was about to eat, dick?
Right?
I need food.
Yeah, so I was like, you don't have any groceries? What I said to him was like, and my face was like this, and I was like, why didn't you just ask me to stop and grab something? Like, I'm hungry. It's the end of the day. I've been with a 4-year-old all day.
I'm hangry.
Yeah. Woo! But then I walked in and that was that. And then the chefs were like, I'm such and such. And I was like, hi, oh my God, I was about to cry. And then we sat down, we ate dinner and the chefs left. And then we had a little movie night. We watched the Judas and the Black Messiah. Did you watch that movie?
I did.
Girl.
I really, really enjoyed it. It made me cry.
It made me cry. And then I was just in
sad.
shock. Like somebody could be that close to you and do that to you.
Do you like that?
That was crazy. And then I was really shocked that Fred Hampton was 21. And I'm sitting here like when I was 21.
I didn't know he was that young.
At all.
I was like, okay, I need to do more learning about my Black history. I didn't know that. And I wasn't familiar with this story of, what's his
Bill
name?
O'Neill?
Yeah. I wasn't familiar with his story. So
Me neither. Like, I thought that he just set him up to be killed. I didn't realize he poisoned him. Girl, so we did that. He tried to have sex with me. I was like, this is a great Valentine's Day, but no, you will not. You will not.
Why not?
I don't want to give up the draws yet, Kiki.
Do you not want to give up the draws, or are you just trying not to give up the draws?
I don't want to give the draws up to him yet. Like,
why?
I'm just not. This is what I told him.
I'm just curious to know.
This is why I'm not ready to have that transfer of energy yet. There is a transfer of energy that happens. And obviously it's different when you just fucking, and that's our only goal. We don't do nothing else but fuck.
It's still a transfer of energy.
There's a transfer of energy that happens, and just right now I'm not ready for it. I like the courting process. I like what you're doing to get my attention. And as soon as I fuck you, it stops. Everybody can say what they want to say. It stops. Now we just gonna be chilling at the house. Every once in a while we gonna have these nice planned out dates. If I would have already been fucking this nigga, you think he would have had them 2 chefs there? No, he wants some pussy.
Let me turn my volume down. Now you're screaming. I mean, I hear you. But you don't ever think, let me play Jesus' advocate, because I have something good to say. People always want to play the devil's advocate. He got enough homies out here in these streets. Eventually, so when you think about like all of the men from your past and current, because you're still not married, you don't ever think that maybe when you meet the man who is the man for you, your husband, not Drake, but like the actual man.
Okay.
Because he be hoeing, Medinah. I don't want that for you. Now, when you meet your actual husband, you don't ever think that maybe he will be exactly what you want? Like he'll keep the romance going because he loves you so much, or he wants to make you that happy. So how you know it's not this man?
But I still
don't know that he can't keep the romance.
These little
Don't be negative, Nancy. I'm just saying. Just a different thing to consider. Don't rush sex. I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying. Eventually, if you kicking it with him and you like him and you get those womanly urges, it's natural to bust it open, okay? And sometimes it keeps coming. And then it's just like, well, hold on. Let me stretch a little bit more before sex, because now I have to show you.
Well, here's the thing. And this is what I was telling my sister. There's just so many things that could go wrong that can change the course of this relationship or just what we have going right now. And it could be, let's say,
how long has it been?
Not that long. Maybe like a month and a half. Maybe not even that long. Maybe like a month. And so I'm just trying to do something different so that there can be a different outcome. Do I be fucking niggas? Yeah.
I feel
Am I ashamed of it? No. Like, do I sometimes fuck on the first date? Absolutely. But I'm trying to just do something different. I'm trying to be like, well, how far will you go to woo me to get these draws? I know for the man, that's always what they're trying to get. Even when they always want the pussy, whether they just want the pussy or they want the pussy and more. That's what you're trying to get. And I'm just trying to make sure before you do get the pussy, you actually get to know me with this guy. Mm-hmm. Everybody else, but like,
it's too late for that. But
right, it's too late for that. Like, man, I'm just trying to do something a little different. But my pussy was wet. It was dripping.
I bet it was. And see, I don't have that, what is it called? I don't have it so much that it's not even coming to me. Yes. Self-discipline that. Because once those urges hit, it's just like, all right, well, should I take off my clothes or are you going to do it? Want to leave them on?
Man, it's a hard game out here.
It's what?
It's a hard game out here, this dating game.
It is. I was supposed to have a date tonight. That's not working out.
Why?
So, earlier I got a text message while we were here. So earlier, I was saying that, my mom has left, but my stepdad is still here, which was another thing. Like, why y'all here together? But okay, I'm minding my business. Y'all grown.
I'm minding my business.
Because I call him my stepdad, y'all, but to be clear, they have been divorced for almost 10 years.
But that's still her boo. That's still her mama boo. I see you, Miss Tish.
She say it's not. And I'm just like, okay, don't get in my business, so I'm going to stay out your business. But he just texted me. He's not able to leave today. I don't know where he's even going next. He's not going back to Dallas, but I don't know if like it's a plane issue or whatever. So he was like, he'll be here in like an hour. And I would be such a horrible daughter if I left him to go kick it with this other man.
Oh, he's staying with you.
I don't know, but he just asked if he could put some things in my fridge. So I don't know if he just wants to leave some stuff in my fridge, food-wise, and then go to a hotel. Maybe they don't have a fridge in the hotel, like a mini fridge or whatever. I don't know what's going on, but I just want to be available.
Yeah, that's really nice.
Because he's more important, you know, than this. This nigga will be back. He always come back, so, you know. Oh, well. Back. I'm going to tell him a rain check. Besides, I really wanted to be very nasty tonight, and my period reared its ugly head today. So I thought, this is TMI, and y'all know I share a lot about my period. So if you don't like this, skip ahead 1 minute. But, so last week, I thought I was having my period. And I was like, whew, thank God, because... All right. So I thought I was having my period. It lasted for a day, and then I realized... that was just some spotting. Wait a minute. Hold on. Let me pull up my app. Let me do some calculations. I know what the doctor said, but I know what's going on right now. So nothing's happening. But I kept having cramps and it hurt so bad, more and more every day. Every now and this probably happens like 3 or 4 times a year. I don't know what be happening down there. I really wish I could just reach inside, grab it, and pull it out because I feel like that would hurt less than the cramps that I feel. Anyway, yeah. So anyway, today, Bloody Mary came up, and it was looking like the red wedding up in here. And I was like, ugh. I can't do half the things that I
Does yours come when you wake
up
in the morning and you're in the bed and you're like, fuck, I know it's in the bed? Or does yours come in the day? Like
Sometimes lately it's been doing what it wants to do, which I don't appreciate. But yeah, sometimes that happens and I hate that. And I'm like, I have white sheets. One of my sets of sheets is white, and I be wanting to be like a grown woman with these white sheets. But do you still bleed through sometimes?
My nigga, I bleed through drawers, pants, sheets, and I'm like,
I get so embarrassed every time it happens, even when I'm by myself. It has happened somewhere else, but when I'm by myself, I'm just like, am I the only 56-year-old woman out here doing this? I thought my period would have been gone by now. When is menopause? Because this is embarrassing. Or like bleeding through my panties when I wear them.
Even bleeding through the, like, do you sometimes, this is TMI, sometimes I'll have my tampon in and I still roll up some toilet paper and just line it in my undies and I still be bleeding through it. Oh no.
Medinah, why don't you get a panty liner? I mean, I do that, but I put a panty liner instead of the toilet tissue because that toilet tissue don't have that plastic pad underneath. Now, if you're out and you don't have a panty liner, yes, you get that wad.
I just naturally do the toilet paper.
Medinah.
What, you don't do that?
At home? Buy panty liners. They make panty liners for that. To line your... Why are you putting toilet paper?
I like how you can mold the toilet paper to be how you want it, like a little ball.
Why do you want a ball down there? That's comfortable to you?
Because it's thicker. Like, it's like you can thicken
put a pad on.
But see, if you have a
you
thong
still bleeding
on,
through, so it ain't that thick. But you know, they make thong panty liners now.
I didn't know that because I don't be buying panty liners. And it's really not fair because I don't think I have to buy tampons. These shit should be free. I didn't ask for this. God gave this to me.
I feel you on that. But you know what I was thinking about one day when it was really on my mind heavy because I was tired of buying those things. Would I really want the government tampons? Probably not.
You're right. And the black girls would have a different version. They'd have poison in the inside and they would be killing us. No, yeah, you're right.
They already got poison. I have noticed a difference since I switched to the organic ones. But sometimes when I buy stuff that's organic or they try to market it as organic, I'm like, is it really? Because I also be signing up on those class action lawsuit websites where people will market products as one thing, saying that they don't have something. And then you find out a couple of years later that you've been exposed and you have mesothelioma or whatever the fuck. And it's because they said that this shit didn't have it in it, but it did.
And Subway is getting sued right now because that tuna that serving is not even fish. What is it?
A science project.
And that's why I just want to say this. Some of the people that I have talked to are like, I ain't getting the vaccine. I don't know what's in it. You don't know what's in most of the food you eat. You eat Taco Bell. You need to get the vaccine. You don't need to be worried about what's in the vaccine.
Honestly, I get why people feel a way about the vaccine. Now, I want to take it. I am not against the vaccine, to be clear. But it's like, you know, you start learning things and you learn about how they've had other vaccines in the past and how they take advantage of some people. And it's just a distrust that people have already based on things in the past. So I don't really say shit about the people who don't want to have the vaccine. Just keep your damn mask on and stay your ass at home if you're not going to get it. I plan to get it. I cannot wait until I can. I feel like I'm going to feel a lot better about a lot of things.
If you don't have an educated reason as to why you are not getting the vaccine and you don't know, you just sound dumb. I'd be looking at people like, this doesn't make sense. You don't pay attention to what you put into your body on a simple level. You don't even care about what's in the vaccine. You just are you saw something on Instagram and you're going with it.
That's people all the time. There's so many things online.
And if you are hopping your ass in and out of town and doing a whole bunch, you need to get the vaccine. It's a part of trying to help this situation. I'm moving around too much, around all the folks that are at risk. What do I look like? Not getting no vaccine and then I'm going to see my granny. No, I would feel
your granny ain't gonna let you in.
She gonna be like,
that's why I haven't seen
snowing.
mine. Like, Christmas was really shitty because I was like, I really want to see my grandma and I really want to go out there with her. But like, I flew here. I've been on several flights. I get tested rather often, but it's still like, you don't know when you're going to catch it. So could I be the person that brings it to you? If I gave my grandparents COVID, I would not be able to live with that.
I wouldn't be able to live with it.
I'd be nervous about getting it myself, but the real thing for me is other people. And because I know so many people who do have pre-existing conditions who are sickly that I have stayed away from. Like, even, I didn't want to see my dad. My dad has cancer, but he don't be caring. So I'm like, well, this is a risk that you're assuming, so I don't feel so bad about it. This is your choice, but I wasn't going to see him. But it's like, you know, I try to be somewhat careful. I've definitely got more lax recently, but it's just, I just wish that I wish that the underlying issue that people like us would not be getting slighted through medical care and everything so that we could have the trust in the vaccines, in medicine. A lot of people don't trust vaccines, period. Like, I know somebody who was talking about like, you know how you got to get shots for school, like
when you're little,
rubella and shit like that. People don't be vaccinating their kids for that. I've always been pro-vaccine. Take the damn vaccine. And then it's like, people don't want to get vaccines for that. And then I've noticed a thing. So like how you were saying, oh, you don't know what you put in your body, but you're scared of this vaccine, blah, 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 blah. You sound dumb. I wonder, I just always find it interesting because a lot of people feel how you do about that. But then when people say stuff, or before COVID, when people were talking about the other vaccines, it wasn't frowned upon like that. And I'm just like, what is that about? The vaccines that children get to go to school and how a lot of parents were fighting the vaccines. I can't remember which celebrity it was. It was some celebrity who was way behind it. And they were saying how like, oh, somebody might get autism or some other shit from these vaccines. But I'm like, these are things that you need to not get these things. Like, I feel like vaccines are just important. Like, again, I'm pro-vaccine,
especially when you
and
look at
there's
kids.
side effects, and it's like, yeah, that did happen, but there have been side effects, and everybody hasn't been okay, and it is so new. And those vaccines have been around for years and years and years, and there's still issues. So it's like a new vaccine. To me, I guess it's just like, why can't you see why people would be hesitant about something that is so new, but be okay with somebody who is hesitant about something that has been around when they both have shown that there are issues? It's just different. But I
can see it. But if you can't explain yourself, that's when I'm just like, what are you talking about? Like, I'm pro-vaccine. I think that you need to, they're showing people get it. When people say that people have got the vaccine and died, I'm like, can you tell me who? No one can say who.
I mean, some people have, but I also know that a lot of the people who have died.
The lady, that nurse that got the vaccine,
I've seen a lot of people who have died.
She had some type of condition. It wasn't from the vaccine. Like, I just think some people don't want to get the vaccine because you don't want to go back to work.
Are they making y'all do that? Because for me, it ain't got nothing to do with that. Like, have they said, like, you have to get the vaccine, or once we all get the vaccine, you'll go back to work?
They haven't said that, but I mean, eventually real life will have to get back to normal. You know what I mean? And I feel like they'll probably set some things in place where it's like, if you don't have the vaccine, you can't do A, B, and C. But I don't know, girl.
Well, I'm not going back in the office. I told them that. So I don't want to. My boss hates working from home. I love it.
All bosses hate it because they don't get to tighten the straps on the slaves.
He said that he be taking naps too much. And I'm like, that's a personal problem.
Yeah.
I honestly feel like I work better and harder now. Do you hear that? Are you listening?
Does he listen to the show?
Yeah, he's like, one day he said something to me like, Kiki, you and your little friend,
was he judging
you don't ever
us?
get scared? I said, scared of what? He was like that this will come back to haunt you. I said, well, am I getting fired? I wasn't planning on looking for another job. So no, I don't be scared.
Do you ever think about that it'll come back to haunt us? We're not doing porn. We're not on here fucking. It's just
many people feel like it's very much like porn. And ladies shouldn't say these things. It's just like, way too crass. Think about all the people who are unwilling to come on the show because it's just too much. I definitely get it, but I don't care. I don't really plan to look for another job. And as far as like dating goes, I mean, this is me. And if you don't like it, then you don't like me, and we good.
Yeah, and you can suck my booty hole.
Because I want somebody who likes me. We were talking about that at the Valentine's Day dinner. Like, it's important to date niggas that actually like you. Like,
and that actually know you.
Well, yeah, but, who are, if they don't know you, they're trying to get to know you. Like, somebody who's trying to do more than just be around and just fuck. And then, that's when things go a little bit differently. Yeah. I think. So, I don't know. But I'm like...
Damn, I was about to say something.
I don't know. When I did therapy, that she made me make a list of my needs and my wants. I didn't finish it. So, I canceled the session.
No, you did not.
Yes, I did. I didn't finish the list. I hadn't done my work. And I didn't want her chastising me, so I just had to reschedule. I'll talk to you next week, girl. Sorry. I didn't do the work.
But it'll come.
My lips are so crusty. What?
Oh, my lips always be crusty on Instagram. It's okay, girl. I couldn't even tell they was crusty. Let me see.
Like, I was trying to like when it starts to flake, like you get I don't know. I've been having a hard time with skin lately. I guess it's just the cycle of my skin because I have seborrheic dermatitis. It's like having dandruff
on
everywhere.
Your skin.
Mm-hmm. So it'll happen like on my face, my scalp mainly, but it happens a lot around here, around my ears, in my ears. It is the most disgusting thing.
How do you cover it or you don't? Because I ain't never seen it.
I mean, like I have, I've gone to the dermatologist and they give me medicine for it, like topical ointments and things like that. So I use it, but then eventually my body fights that. So that doesn't work. So then I got to go back and get something else. So right now I'm in between seeing the dermatologist because I need something else. But right now it's really bad in my scalp. It's like when I be sleeping at niggas' houses, I hate when they have black sheets because when I get up, because, I don't be wrapping my hair like a good black girl should.
I don't either.
And I need to because that's not good. But
I don't be wrapping my hair
up
with niggas.
I don't wrap it at home neither. It's just bad. I need to, yeah. But when I get my head up off them black sheets, it's dandruff everywhere. And I be trying to like
the snow queen.
Get it off before anybody sees it. You gonna call me what?
The snow queen.
But that's what it feels like. It's just like there's this one patch right here, and it's just like I will get the dandruff off, put my little oil on it. Next day, it's back.
Huh.
It's gross and it's frustrating, but hopefully God saves me from this struggle. But if not, I have an excellent hat collection, and until I can get my medicine, y'all might see me in a lot of hats. I had to put my hair up in this bun today because it's everywhere, and I need to wash my hair.
I
just thought I would
speaking of
share.
struggles and hoping that God saves you, I need my butthole to go back to normal. It still is not. Some days are better than others, but today I went to the bathroom thinking I just needed to like. Do you ever just feel like your booty is moist and you have to go wipe yourself?
No, Medina. No.
Kiki, are you just saying that for comedic?
Why would my booty be moist? No, are you just saying this for comedic purposes? Because
no,
I wipe
went
my
to the
ass
bathroom.
after I use it.
So do I. And I went to the bathroom and I used baby wipes. So I was like, maybe there's like leftover baby wipe moisture, but it was uncomfortable. So, this is probably how babies be feeling. So I went to the bathroom and I just put some toilet paper on my hand, wiped my butt, not thinking anything was going to come of it. There was shit. And it is because that terror of a day that I had when the booty plug got launched in my ass.
Did you go to the doctor?
I need to go to the doctor, and I think I'm just embarrassed.
What if you need stitches or something? Because that's not normal. Maybe you hurt the muscle or something, because your booty should not be leaking.
It is.
Bile.
It's
leaking.
So
you maybe we should just end this now and you go to the hospital. Because think about it. Like, people sometimes say, do you have hemorrhoids maybe? Is it painful?
No.
Okay.
It's not painful. Like I said, I just
maybe
thought my
it really
ass was
is
wet.
torn. The ass is not a vagina. I don't care what anybody says. Because some people swear that their booties just be getting wet. That's still shit. Some form. But, whatever.
If my asshole has to get stitches, I don't even know how to call and make that appointment. Like, they're going to be like, you were just in. And I'll be like, my butthole. And they're going to be like,
that's an emergency room thing.
For my butthole?
They need to stitch it up right away. You can't be waiting 3 weeks for an appointment if your booty is leaking. Let me look this up, because
I'm telling you right now, if they say that I have to get stitches in my asshole, I'm recording this for a Patreon bonus episode.
It's brown fluid. It's leaking.
No, it's not fluid. It's shit.
Actual boo-boo. Okay? Okay. And this is for animals. Let me make sure you know how Google predicts things, so you have an animal problem. We don't want to send you to the vet.
Actual boo-boo. I haven't heard someone use boo-boo in a long time. Boo-boo.
Well, here it is. It's boo-boo and it's in your panties. Okay, why is my butt?
No, it doesn't get in my panties. That's the thing. It just stays in my butt. It doesn't like drop. It's not dropping down into my drawers and I have like skid marks. It just is in my butthole.
Did you feel like you had to boo-boo earlier?
No, I didn't. I literally was just
sitting down. So you never had the urge to poop?
No.
But you felt the wetness later. Okay, I'm just checking off symptoms here. Fecal incontinence. I'm just trying to.
I'm really scared now.
Jesus.
Now I really feel like.
Diarrhea,
and the scariest part is I'm not even scared about getting stitches. I'm scared that like tomorrow I'm going out of town. And I'm like, what if the nigga pulls my drawers down? Could you imagine somebody pulling your drawers down and he's like, you got shit down here?
No, I can't. And that's why we don't play back there. So maybe what you have, because I've just made myself a doctor from healthline.com, nerve damage. If damaged, and this sound from the story, it seems like this could be it. If damaged, the nerves that control your rectum, anus, or pelvic floor can interfere with muscles working the way they should. Nerves can be damaged by a brain or, well, you ain't got that. But you could have damaged the nerves. So that could be why you're having that. Or a rectal prolapse is a condition that causes your rectum to drop through your anus.
Jesus.
Did you take a look back there?
I'm sweating.
It says
now.
this can keep your anus from closing completely, allowing small amounts of poop or mucus to escape.
Oh, God.
Rectocele, a type of vaginal prolapse, is a condition causing your rectum to bulge out through your vagina. Oh, you don't have that. That's too much. Yep, I would say nerve damage or prolapse. Take a look. Do you have a small mirror and you can look, or maybe just feel back there and see if you feel like there's some extra tissue?
Okay, okay. I'm gonna do that tonight.
I think they just pop it back in. But if not, I don't know what you can do about nerve damage. Good luck. Maybe when you go out of town this weekend, no butt play this time.
Oh,
let
definitely.
it heal up.
None. I'm like, this is off limits. I'm not doing it.
I can't believe that happened. Yeah,
I can't believe I just
never
told
happened to
everybody
me.
that.
Thank God.
Now I see why niggas be like. Now I see why your boss is like, you ladies should not be talking like this. Dookie booty.
I mean, you already told people you lost a toy up in there, so that's just kind of what comes with it, I guess.
Well, I don't know, but
Sounds
I
painful.
say we move on to Indecisive Diane.
Okay.
Would you stop thinking about what everyone wants? Stop thinking about what I want, what he wants, what your parents want. What do you want? What do you want?
It's not that simple.
What do you want? What do you want?
Hey ladies, it's me, Indecisive Diane. And here's what I want you to do. This week, next month, whenever you get the time, I want you to go to Google, type in the Getaway Cabins. You've probably seen the ads on Instagram. It's a cute little trailer that's decked out like a tiny home in the middle of the wilderness. No cell phone service. You can't get on your laptop. Just you, your bae, spend time. Go there, restore and relax.
Okay, and we are back from Indecisive Diane. It's time for the advice. If you have some advice and you want us to answer your questions, send it to us, askcocktails@gmail.com, and maybe we will read it on the show.
Maybe.
Okay, let's hear it.
Everybody be calling me when I said I'm recording. Okay, you have one pulled up? I do.
Mm-mm.
You do?
I don't. Go ahead.
Okay. This one says, a missed opportunity. Kind of long, sorry. Hey ladies, I love the show. Thank you ladies for keeping us entertained during the quarantine. Last year, I was in ATL for an event I was hosting for a guy I was seeing. It was a lingerie and pajama themed event and I looked good. One of the sponsors was a personal trainer out of Atlanta and he was fine. Let's call him Chris. He's tall, muscular, dark-skinned, tattooed with dreads and a gorgeous, wide smile. He wasn't dressed for the event. He was probably in some athletic attire. He kept it professional, but still was nice to look at. After the event, the guy I was originally there for had an after party back at the Airbnb. Chris, along with a few other people, came to the party. We were in the kitchen and driving the boat with some Hennessy and tequila, and it was Chris's turn. He gets to flicking his tongue and shit, and he's cheering, and I'm cheering him on. Clearly, I had been drinking. Fast forward during the party, I found out the guy I was in ATL for was actually fucking two other girls who were there as well. I didn't let it affect my mood. I just went on enjoying myself. Oh, you better than me. Later in the night, my bestie, Chris and I were in the kitchen and we were all talking. My bestie gets to choking me, playing around, and before I knew it, Chris's hand was around my neck and I'm pinned against the fridge with his tongue on my neck. We end up joining everyone in the living room, and during the conversation about sex, Chris uses me as an example of how to bend a woman over a couch. I was soaking wet. At that point, I was like, fuck the dude I'm in ATL for. The entire weekend, the guy I was there supporting was being distant, and we had only fucked once the entire weekend. Chris and I ended up exchanging social media handles, and the next day I flew back to Baltimore. Now it's been over a year and Chris and I have kept in touch. Chris is coming to Baltimore for work later this year and I really want to fuck him, but y'all, I got a boyfriend. I know why the fuck. Now, why the fuck would I do that? I don't want to cheat. My boyfriend and I have been back together for over 6 months after breaking up in 2018 because he cheated. Should I just do it and deal with God when I get to heaven, or keep a clear conscience and keep my pussy in my pants? I've attached a photo of myself and Chris in case you ladies want to see. Thanks in advance, beauties. Oh, that's a hard
People
one.
love these pictures.
I love the pictures too. Like, this now just like a trend. They're like, and here's my picture, even though it has nothing to do with nothing. Here's okay. Here's the deal. You know, when you fill out your taxes, you check single. You check single. Sis. I don't know. Life is one big learning lesson. You decide what lessons you want to learn. Do you want to learn heartache? Do you love your boyfriend? If you do, don't do it. If you don't want to learn about heartache and deception, disgrace, don't do it. But here's what I'm going to tell you. Your body is not going to let you make the right decision. You're going to fuck him. Should you? No, you shouldn't. And I normally am saying cheat, but I just don't know why. I feel like your boyfriend is going to be sad.
I feel like you're going to be sad after you fuck this man. You don't have that guilt. Then she said that they got back together after her boyfriend cheated. Mm-hmm. And then you went around and cheated back. Girl, don't do it. I think you shouldn't do it. And if you really want to do it that bad, end things with your boyfriend. Because...
But she's not going to have nothing with Chris.
So what? You don't want to... If you broke up with your boyfriend because he cheated, and then you do it back to him after you've accepted him back, that's just like, girl, what the fuck? Like, that's going to create a toxic relationship because you told him that this was an issue. Y'all have agreed that it was an issue. You worked through the issue. He probably made some promises to you. Now, what the fuck do you look like going and doing the same shit to him after you allegedly forgave him? Because I'm assuming there was some forgiveness there if you decided to be back with him. So for you to go and do it back, that's going to either create a vicious cycle, or it's just like, why the fuck would I ever listen to anything you got to say? You doing me. I made a mistake, but now you're trying to get back at me. This is just toxic. So either break up with that nigga if you want to fuck the other dude, or suffer the consequences.
Or, plot twist, what if you tell your nigga, hey, look, I'm trying to work on my communication skills. There's a man that I really would like to have sex with, and I love you though, and I want to be with you. Do you mind if I have sex with him?
And then he'll probably break up with you, but that would be another option, yeah.
Yeah.
Good luck. Write us back and
girl.
tell us what you choose.
Let us know how it went.
Okay. I don't see another one. So we can just move on to the cocktails. If you guys...
If I want fuck, I'm gon' fuck 'em. But if he ain't got a buck, I won't cuff 'em. Spend 100 on me, it ain't nothing. Run a double D, so stuck. Back to the point. Is it some cash in this place? If it is, I'll probably stick the stats in your face, turn around. Once upon a time, not long ago, I was a hoe.
If you guys would like to share a cocktail with us, then feel free to send it to us to our email cocktails.atl@gmail.com, and maybe we will read it on the show. Okay, so I have a story to tell.
Oh.
About a night, one day, it doesn't matter when, we won't worry about those minute details. So me and one of my girlfriends, we decided we were going to go hang out one day, right? So we're going to hang out. We needed to catch up and just have a girls' night. We're going to have a nice dinner, have some drinks, and just let that be that. It had been stressful weeks for both of us at that time, whenever that was. So in the Uber, we're riding together in the Uber. In the Uber, on the way there, one of my guy friends calls. So he's like, oh, what are you doing? I tell him. And so he was like, okay, well, hit me up later. Okay, cool, no problem. She asked me who that was. I tell her. She was like, oh, tell him to come. It's just us. Like, it'll be cool because he don't like him and all my friends don't get along. So I'm like, okay, cool. I didn't think he was gonna come. He came. So the three of us hung out. We ended up having a great time, and then we all ended up going to his house. So we go to his house, and I ain't take no more shots.
You ain't
They
take
were
what?
taking no more shots because
Okay.
we started ordering rounds of shots. We ordered all this food. I ate some mushrooms. I don't even fuck with mushrooms, y'all, but I ate some mushrooms.
Like the drug
What
mushroom or like the food?
Well, no, like mushrooms, just regular mushrooms in a
Oh.
dish. So when we leave the restaurant, because it's closing, that's how long we were there, our drunk asses were like, well, we want to smoke hookah. We go to my house, get my hookah, go to a hookah store to get the supplies, go to his house to hang out. We are in there. Well, they were taking all these shots. And I was like, I thought you wasn't drinking no more. What is going on? This is just a lot is going on. I'm tired. You know me, I'm going to fall asleep. So anyway, we were up until like 6 a.m. in the middle of the
Jesus.
fucking week for no reason. Talking, crying, laughing, sharing stories, dancing, having karaoke, twerking. Lots of things were going on that didn't need to be going on. So I retired to the bed. Next thing I know, my homegirl comes. She gets in the bed too and puts that big ass thigh on my body. And I was like, ooh, it woke me up. So then he gets in the bed too. So I said, oh Lord, I am not doing anything crazy. I was just feeling like there was a lot of pressure. But then all of a sudden something happened. And I got this sudden urge of horniness. It just like overtook my body.
Did you take some taste
But I wasn't.
vitamins?
I didn't even take shit. I didn't have no taste vitamins. I didn't have no shoot orgasms. This was just the leftover from all those tequila shots. Because when we came back to that guy's house, I didn't have any shots. Only they did. Well, I guess he was feeling the same way because the next thing I know, I open my eyes and he's standing right there naked. So I was like, okay, well, we'll just leave her in here. We went to the living room. I was fucking all over that man's couch. I know it had makeup all over it. My eyelash got stuck in between the seats. And he fucked the shit out of me. And it was everything I needed in that moment because I don't know why I was so horny that day, but I was. And then I didn't want to stop. And I was so glad that my fake period had came because had I not been, it would have been a bloody, gory mess because I wasn't going to let that stop me. But it was excellent. And then before I went home the next day, I fucked him again. And it was great. And I'm just very thankful to have good friends in my life. That's my cocktail.
I am. Look, I'm jealous. That is a
Then I got
great
back in the
feeling.
bed and never said anything to my other friend.
Did the friend join y'all, or y'all just fucked?
She didn't join. We left the bed because she was in the bed, like sleeping in between us. But we left her in there. She was already knocked out. So we went to the living room and then got back in the bed. Like nothing
Get it.
happened.
Get it.
Okay, what's your
get it.
cocktail?
Okay, I'm reading one. I don't have one yet.
Okay.
This one's called a bonbon ? Hey girls, my husband is something else when he get a little liquor in his system. So I'm laying across the bed on my stomach with my arms kind of off the side of the bed, just relaxing after I've just got out the shower. He comes in the room eating bonbons. What are bonbons? Those little chocolate things with sprinkles?
I don't know.
I
It's
don't
some
know
kind of
either.
candy.
And all of a
Treat.
sudden, he starts eating me from the back. And then I felt some cold on my booty hole. I felt some cold on my booty hole. Now, in my mind, I'm thinking, is he really eating my booty with a bonbon? One, on my fresh white sheets? But I didn't say anything because it was actually feeling real good. When he finished his bonbons, he slid on in and is fucking me from the back. Now, remember, I'm still across the bed, arms hanging off. And as he's pumping, I start sliding off more and more. And he's sliding off with me. So now I'm hanging off the side of the damn near in a headstand. My arms are on the floor, ass in the air. I love that type of position. He's on the bed going to town. He turns around. I'm still hanging off the side of the bed. And he's standing behind me and fucking me from the top. If you can't get the picture, I understand because I was so shocked. I could barely figure out what was going on. But I was into it. Shortly after, he picked my arms up and put me back on the bed and is fucking me with my legs wide open in the air. And then I get on top and I'm riding him. This liquor dick has me tired, so I roll off tired and needing to catch my breath. But he wants to keep going. But I'm like, no, I'm tired. So he gets off the bed and I suck and stroke his dick and play with his balls until he comes all over my titties. Then I hop back in the shower, went to bed, and slept like a baby. Love, I don't eat bonbons, but I like them. Okay, bonbon booty hole.
Right. Because, girl, I had to look up what bonbons were. They do have some with the chocolate and the sprinkles on them.
And they're
I've
frozen
never eaten
treats.
one. They're what?
Are they frozen treats?
Mm-mm.
Oh.
They're like in, like I see some of them are like chocolate covered coconut things, and there's some blue raspberry, artificially flavored candy, strawberry, apple. Oh, it seems like it's a lot of different bonbons. Who knew? Strawberry bonbon. Maybe what it is it's some sort of treat with a filling. I don't know, but I don't think I want it. Well, glad that you had a good time, girl. Edible sex is fun.
Edible sex is fun. I hope to try it one day. I can't get too edible with my private areas, but I don't mind doing some mouth stuff.
But the titties.
Or mouth, like we put chocolate in our mouth and we're kissing and it's just getting everywhere. I like that too.
I don't want that. It's making me think of the booty. All right, well, that's it for today, you guys. Please send us your cocktails and your advice. The advice email is askcocktails@gmail.com, and the cocktails email is cocktails.atl@gmail.com. And remember that we release new bonus episodes every single Monday. Patreon.com/cocktails. Sign up there. And then also, you can follow us on Instagram. We are at Cocktails Podcast. I'm at Kiki Said So.
And I'm at Coffee Bean Dean.
And until next week, you guys, goodbye.
Goodbye.
Sometimes some friends, you know, you're just better without them. That's the friend you want to take on your whole trips and your whole missions. You can't take your messy ass friend who's going to tell everybody that you fucked everybody. Like, yeah, I fucked everybody, bitch. But you didn't have to put that out there. The fuck? Y'all know. It looks like I'm about to cry. Oh my God. Y'all know, if anybody know about a quarantine party that turned into some more shit, I know, okay? Because I've had a few of them. Now, that kind of thing happens. And I just feel like, you know, when you decide to do your whole shit, you just need to know who can be invited, who can't. Who can be allowed, who can't.
person you called has a voicemail box that has not been set up yet. Goodbye. Bye. 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 Bye.
Population.
Goodbye. Bye. Bye. Wait on the drive. Bye. 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 Goodbye. Bye. 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 Bye.
Population.
Goodbye. Bye. 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 Wait on the track. Wait on the track.